Now let us look at the accounting entries on reissue. If the forfeited shares are reissued at par, if the forfeited shares are reissued at par, the entry is an entry for issue of shares. Simple bank account debit to share capital with the amount which is received on the shares reissued. But like we said, once shares forfeited are reissued, there should not be any balance in the shares forfeited account with respect to these shares which are reissued. Therefore, the balance in the shares forfeited account is transferred to capital reserve. Shares forfeited account debit to capital reserve with the amount forfeited on the shares reissued. The balance in the shares forfeited account represents the amount of profit on forfeiture. Once the shares are reissued, the shares forfeited balance on these shares is transferred to capital reserve. Let us take an example. XYZ Limited forfeited 1000 shares of 10 each issued at par held by Madhu for non-payment of the final call of rupees 4 per share. 600 of the forfeited shares were reissued at par. Past journal entries on forfeiture as well as reissue. So let us first pass entries on forfeiture. How many shares did they forfeit? 1000 shares. 10 each at par for non-payment of a final call. So it's a fully called up share. 4 rupees was not paid. Therefore 6 rupees must have been paid. So what is our entry on forfeiture? The entry is share capital account debit with the called up value on the shares forfeited. That's 1000 shares into 10. 10,000. 2. Shares forfeited. With what? With the amount received on the shares forfeited. We're talking of 1000 shares. Final call of 4 was not paid. 6 must have been paid. Therefore, 6,000. 2. Calls in arrears with the amount not paid. That is 4,000. So share capital account debit 10,000 to shares forfeited 6,000 to calls in arrears 4,000. This is our entry on forfeiture. Now 600 of these shares were reissued. What is our entry for reissued? And they were reissued at par. 600 shares are reissued. Let us say bank account debit with the amount received, that is 600 into 10, 6,000 to share capital 6,000. So 600 shares reinstated. Now 600 shares which were forfeited have now been reissued. Therefore, the amount received on these 600 shares must be transferred to capital reserve account. How much was received? Shares forfeited account, if we look at the original forfeiture entry, we see shares forfeited account was credited with 6,000. This is actually 6 per share into rupees 1,000. Therefore, the profit after forfeiture and reissue, the net gain after forfeiture and reissue is what? Is 6 rupees per share. Therefore, what is the amount to be transferred to capital reserve account? Shares forfeited account debit to capital reserve. The net gain. The gain is actually 6 rupees per share. Net gain is also 6 because when shares were reissued, they were not reissued at a discount. There was no loss. Therefore, shares forfeited account debit to capital reserve an amount of 6 per share into how many shares reissued? 600. Therefore, 3,600. This would be the entries on forfeiture and reissue of shares. Having said this, let us also see what is the balance in the shares forfeited account now. The shares forfeited account was credited for 6,000 and then it was debited for 3,600. Therefore, we now have a balance of 2,400 in the shares forfeited account. The balance in the shares forfeited account at any time should represent the amount received on the shares which are forfeited but not reissued. Amount received on the shares which are forfeited but not reissued. How many shares do we have which were forfeited but not reissued? We forfeited 1,000 shares. We reissued 600 shares. Therefore, we have 400 shares which were forfeited but not reissued. 400 shares into rupees 6 per share is the amount of profit. 2,400 should be the balance in the shares forfeited account. So the balance in the shares forfeited account at any point in time should represent the amount received on shares forfeited but not reissued.